And then the cuts is an extensive
It's the
list.
annual thing. It's pretty extensive this time. So I'll run down the full list, and I have some extended thoughts on some of them.
So do I. So we'll just why don't you list them all, and then we'll kind of circle back around and talk about who we want to talk about. So go the full list. Go.
So we have, they're kind of spaced out within the list. I'll mention them all now. The entire the Wyatt Six is gone. They're all gone.
What is that? 5 people, right? In one shot?
Cross, Rowan, Dallas, Loomis, Gacy. So yeah, 5.
Gone.
Alba Fire is gone. Zoe Stark injured is gone. Andre Chase is gone. Dante Chen, Aleister Black, and Zelina Vega, Kairi Sane, Apollo Crews, both machine guns. Escobar injured is also gone. The high rise dudes are gone.
Yeah, I saw that.
Chris Island, no idea who that is. Tyra May Steele is gone. Serena Linton, no idea who that is, gone. Tro London, he's on Evolve, he's gone. Malik Blade is gone, he's been there a while. Luca Crucifino's gone. I don't think I'm missing any. I remember seeing someone post on Instagram. I'm gonna see if there's any that were missed on this list here, because I had a list. This is my list from on Cultaholic, but I think that's pretty much it. There was a fair amount of them.
So of the most notable, I think we can agree it is Black and Vega.
It's Black, Escobar, and I would argue probably the Wyatts. So some of them feel scummy because I mentioned Stark and Escobar are injured right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think the most, not funny is not the right word, but okay, it is kind of the
funny.
word.
It's
the
funny.
Escobar one is kind of funny because he was rumored to show up in AEW, so then WWE re-signs him a big money deal, and he was worried about creative plans. So they're like, okay, we have a big creative direction.
That was
he's MIA for weeks, then he returns in AAA, and then he gets injured there. So I imagine they told him that they would have a new creative plans and would give him bigger money, and then they signed him to keep him from going to AEW, and they're like, nah, it's not worth it. We'll get rid of him. And then even though the tag title scene is kind of sewn up right now for AEW, I would kind of really like to see Machine Guns in AEW because they can still go, and there's just a lot of cool matches that we could see. I just, me personally, as I'm not they're not that old. I don't know. I could see them old. Going there. They're not that old, and for veterans, they're not as bad as
no.
There's more money in matches for them, I think, than Edge and Christian. I'm enjoying their run.
Yes.
I think they were such a wasted signing for WWE because they weren't giving really any discernible characters. They were given a brief blink and you'll miss it title run.
Right away, second day they got there, right?
Yeah. So they always felt like an odd fit. So I'd really like to see them in AEW because their style would really fit AEW. That's what I mean. They could really go in AEW.
For WWE,
they had one AEW match, I think.
For WWE, 1, you didn't make your name in WWE, so there's strike 1. 2, you made
your name in TNA.
You're small and a tag team. There's strike 2, and 3, your big thing is work rate. So
yeah,
those are all a bad fit for WWE.
That's what I mean. I feel like they could do a decent in AEW. I'd like to see a little run for them.
I just feel like it's we just got the Rascals. The Guns feel kind of similar,
right? But Rascals haven't exactly been positioned as
they sure have
top of the division yet, and also I could see them again. We've said I think they should go in trios for now. I could see Machine Guns being shot up to the top of the tag division, and okay, so I saw their no compete. They'd be able to. I think one of our followers, the guy who commented recently, I think his name is James.
Was that about I couldn't find that post
I couldn't
anywhere.
Find it. I did.
I wanted to respond to it, but I couldn't
find
it.
He mentioned I think it's end of July. They're in Detroit.
Yeah.
For
okay,
so that would be the end of their
non-compete. That would be ideal, yeah.
And by then, I would think we could have enough time to do Cope and Christian versus Bucks and the TLC match. So by then, I think Machine Guns, there's maybe space for them. Again, we always talk about the AEW roster being too bloated, but me personally, I do kind of want to see I want to see Machine Guns FTR. That sounds awesome to me.
Yes.
And Machine Guns, I know Generation Me is in TNA, but you can't tell me Machine Guns Generation Me is the same as Machine Guns Bucks.
Same people.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Machine Guns Bucks, I think sounds awesome to me. Machine Guns Cope and Christian, maybe not, but Machine Guns Bucks sounds really cool. If we could get them back together, I think Machine Guns Brodito would be really cool.
Yep.
Or against one of the combinations of the Callis family. There are a lot of matches I want to see for Machine Guns. That's the thing with AEW. At least with even if Machine Guns don't have the best characters or creative direction like they did in WWE, at least in AEW I can be okay, but there's these matches I'm excited for. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I would say the one match I was really excited for actually there's maybe 2 I was excited for when they were there was we saw them face DIY, remember the 2 or 3 Falls match, and that was good but not great,
and
right?
Fraxium?
Remember? And yes, that's the Fraxium, but I think
who are also
I think they had one of their matches on main event or something. I'm just I don't know, but I don't know. There's weirdly some part of me that does want to see Machine Guns there, so I do kind of hope they show up. I think the funniest one for us is Aleister Black.
It is. Similar reasons.
I've seen everyone saying it. The grass isn't always greener.
Yeah.
But like his is funnier because like Escobar's is like, okay, if you're getting a big money deal, you might as well take that. And like, I understand that. But Black, like, I saw I think his run lasted like literally a day shy of a year. And so his thing was like, clearly wasn't happy in AEW. Was one of those guys, kind of like Rusev, who honestly I'm surprised he didn't get chopped yet either.
Yeah.
He's like,
very similar situation.
He clearly just wanted, he clearly wanted to work back to WWE, especially once Triple H took over. It's like, okay, Triple H pushed me in NXT. I got to get back there. You know what I mean? That seems like what it was. And AEW, it seemed a lot of the time like he was like too stubborn about putting people over.
Yes.
He always had the quote unquote back injury. Like, seemed like he was feigning injuries. Or like, it seemed like the story seemed to come out that he was kind of difficult. That's what it kind of felt like to me by the end of his tenure, right?
Yes, I think so.
And then so he goes there, like he's supposed to get put. Remember, like there was talk about him being a challenger for Cody, and I thought, okay, maybe and like they even put Vega with him. It's like, okay, they're replacing Karrion Kross.
Yeah.
And I think the most notable thing I can remember him doing was having a feud with Damian Priest.
Yeah, I see the best fit for him is New Japan.
I think that'd be kind of cool
because I don't think you can go back to AEW.
I don't think, and I already seen like some talent posting about they don't want him back, and honestly, I don't blame you. Like MJF has talked about it because he's been doing a lot of those super pro AEW interviews.
Yeah.
Like he's like they're in a really good place right now. The roster's really good, and everyone who's there wants to be there. He hasn't named names, but like when I'm thinking of like people who don't really want to be there and like are waiting to go somewhere else or just like getting paid or whatever, I think of Punk and Rusev and Black, and maybe not Andrade because he seems to be thriving now.
Yeah,
but maybe that was Andrade's thought process before, right?
Yep.
Or like maybe the Hardys or like all these people who came and went, right? Like not throwing shade at anybody. It's just when MJ says something like that, it's easy to kind of like at least assume what names. Maybe Cody, right? Like you don't know, but. So I can't imagine them they would want Black.
And
back.
New Japan needs talent.
Yeah, he could, and he wouldn't have to work like TV every week.
And I feel like the spooky thing is a little bit better fit there too.
Like because Evil's gone.
Right. Well,
I mean, Nefarious
possibly in NXT.
Yeah. Right.
Off of this week.
Although I think it'd be funny if Black went to TNA back to NXT.
The one that I want in AEW, and this probably is not a common take, but you would understand because you watched NXT UK with me and understood how good this person is. And I think if she could get in AEW.
Which one? Oh, yes. Yeah.
She's so good. Yeah. Alba Fire.
Yes, Kaylee Ray. I agree. That's a good one. That's a good pick.
Because you haven't really gotten to see the way she can work.
No, she was great when she was in UK. Yeah, when she was
the forever champion.
The only thing is like they don't seem to be like they're already having trouble booking some of the top women. Like
I know,
but like. I there's always room for another great woman. I think her and Tekla, if she's babyface, she got a really cool feud with Tekla.
I just want her to be able to be like, hey, just wrestle, like just do your thing and don't hold
great.
back.
She's really cool. She's someone I think would also be cool if like she went to Stardom or something, and then she'd have the New Japan. Like I could see her going places for sure. I would fear she would be the kind of person that ends up in TNA. That'd be my worry.
See, and we talked about it a bit on whenever we were out today. I'm wondering because
who were we talking about that about? Was it for any particular person? Or was
I don't know.
Like a general thing.
But I feel like WWE at TKO's sort of influence over TNA.
I don't know if it's gone to that point yet because like over the course of the TNA partnership, obviously like when we had the TNA invasion, there was like half the people were just in NXT, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't know if the partnership has progressed to that point where TKO are like, no, don't be hiring them. We just fired them. I don't know if it's at that point yet because like throughout the partnership, we've seen them hiring like. Someone like Zoe Stark, I could see going to TNA though, because she's not very much of a character person. And she could like,
she's awesome in ring though.
She's really cool,
but oft injured and unfortunately the double standard for women, right?
Yeah,
she's old.
Yeah,
older.
One of the interesting ones as well was the Wyatt Six. Given how much work was initially put into them, remember those like initial vignettes were so good. I'll always remember the Row one because that was heart wrenching stuff. Remember that one? That one was like really like. Yeah, where they played on like the Brody Lee and like the Wise, and then that was really good.
And then they got their moment and they were done.
Yeah, and
they had nothing beyond that.
And then remember they were gone for a bunch of random months, and then they had that shitty feud with the MFTs. Like,
yes,
I'm more surprised that they released all of them. Less surprised that they disbanded the group. Like, I could have seen them keeping like maybe Loomis because they seemed to like him, or maybe keeping Gacy.
Yeah.
But
Gacy's actually good.
None of them are particularly young, so I guess it's not entirely surprising.
So are you telling me I get no resolution to the Lantern gimmick storyline?
Oh, they gave the Lantern back. It's fine. They already gave the
everything
Lantern
worked
back.
out?
Yeah.
Okay. On their way out.
I guess the timing's convenient. The one I don't find surprising, but is kind of notable for me is I think Apollo Crews, just because he's always been kind of a nothing burger pretty much his whole run.
Well, how dare you? The NXT run he had,
where he had visions,
the greatest gimmick
Okay, there's
ever.
also the period where he was the Nigerian prince, right?
That's correct.
It's a little jarring for me just because like I think he just got called up to Maine when I started watching wrestling, so he's kind of been like just somewhat present my entire time watching wrestling. So it's a little weird that he's gone, but it's not entirely surprising. He's one of those ones that just never fully caught on.
He never. They tried. He was an indie guy, so it's like he knew how to wrestle when he got there. They were hoping they could pick up a character, and he just never.
Other than the Nigerian Prince thing, which was decent for a time, but never was like the most thorough thing.
I thought Crucifino had potential.
He's also going. Yeah,
apparently he was working some new character.
He was.
In Evolve.
Yeah, I saw he like looked different, but he was decent. And then Kyrie's kind of interesting because she's
right. Like, that's a notable one for sure.
The crux of the Io Asuka feud is Kyrie, so it's kind of like I guess they're dropping that.
Yeah, or like, obviously.
Or like because I find it hard to believe they would continue that feud while avoiding the elephant in the room.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
yeah. But remember, I've had some over the last year. I've had a few. Is she good moments? Remember, I've a bunch of her matches.
I like her in NXT when she's the Pirate Princess.
Is she good though? So I don't know. Yeah, but
I'll say this: her matches with Baszler were always good.
But yeah, she was involved in storylines. So kind of a Black Friday, I would guess, for...
It did give me those vibes, which I saw some people blaming TKO again. Apparently, most of these are Triple H decisions. I will be the first to criticize TKO in any regard ever. But, like, this is the thing WWE did under Vince. So it's not like...
No, this
you can't purely be like, it's TKO. I mean...
It is
you
more
can
than
say
it
that
has
when like I saw something about Ari Emanuel and like the TKO president and other guy. I think Ari Emanuel and Mark Shapiro like pocketing big profits over the last year, right? So you can always make that argument, and I in that regard I'll agree. But again, like this is something that we did under Vince, so it's not like it's a purely TKO thing. I'm sure TKO is like probably pushing for it and like obviously loves it, but like because money. But it's not like Vince wasn't doing this because the Black Friday, like the pandemic
this happened
era,
all the time.
That like arguably there were worse cut batches under Vince.
This is probably more than average, but I would say it's not the worst.
At the same time, this is like once per year. I feel like over the 2020-2021 period, there was like at least a couple batches of big cuts each of those years. So at least it seems to be like, okay, so after WrestleMania, we're gonna do some spring cleaning and like at least it's like that one time a year. It feels like.